Since we're already into the holiday season, it's easy to anticipate the additional duties, the additional stress that goes with it. So why not this year gift yourself a stress-free, or at least a reduced stress holiday season? And I wanted to share a few ideas with you on how to do just that. Tip number one is to do a brain dump of all your holiday to-dos. And a brain dump is simply taking what you have in your head, putting it down on a piece of paper, and it could be on a notebook or loose leaf of paper, and essentially you're putting down all the things that you have to do. It could be non-holiday related as well, but the idea is it frees up mental clutter in your head space. And I love it because just doing this alone is giving your brain a signal that, hey, I've got it under control. I appreciate you reminding me, but I'm good. And it will stop the pings, which is a lot less stressful. And in fact, I just did this the other day when, in past years, I would buy a bunch of presents and eventually I'd look at what I have and wrap it and get it all done. But this year, I just decided, wait a second, there's a lot of people on the list and there's a lot more than just one present for each person. So I ended up writing down which presents I got for each person. And just doing that by itself, even though the presents aren't wrapped yet, really gave me a lot more relief. Tip number two is take a large holiday project and chunk it down into smaller bite-sized pieces. And so if you're the one hosting, maybe you are doing part of the planning during the week where you're looking at searching some appetizer recipes, for example. And then a couple days later, you're looking at the dessert recipes or kids activities. So you're just doing one little thing at a time and you're making progress. And that feels good. For me personally, I'll see how this goes, but it's starting in the beginning of December, once all the presents, our deliveries arrive, my plan is to wrap 1 or 2 presents each evening instead of scrambling and as I do every year and wrapping everything like the night before. So and you could do that too, for sure. But I think it'll just make it less stressful. And I'm going to experiment and see what happens with it. Tip number 3 is to really be intentional about what you want your holiday season to look like and feel like and really experience. And I'd encourage you to start by asking yourself a question. How can I find joy during this holiday season? And even in the tough moments. So if you have, a relative that's really nosy and wants to know about your love life or all the things going on in your life and they really don't, it's really not their business, coming up with how you're going to respond to that relative and what you're going to mentally start to prepare yourself to handle if you have a particularly challenging situation that will come up. So anticipate that, but then prepare yourself in advance. What's a new reframe of looking at the situation? What are some new ways you can approach that? Maybe it's giving them a little bit of information, but then quickly disengaging and going on to the next conversation. Something as simple as that. And then where can you find that little bit of joy? So you've done all the hard work of preparing the presents and, shopping for them, wrapping them and all that stuff. How can you take that moment, find that joy of truly giving from the heart and not in a poor attitude kind of way of like, oh, I have to do this. I don't want to do this. And then, putting that kind of energy into it. Kind of like those advent calendars where you open up a new little item every day. I'm looking at the, wrapping of the presents but finding that little bit of joy in, oh, I wonder if this person will like it. And even if they don't, it's okay. Just thinking about the joy that it would bring, even if it doesn't, is still a great way for you to find joy now in this moment as you prepare. So I am really wishing you a warm, joyous, wonderful holiday season. And don't forget to check out your free guide on how to focus on your priorities, as well as a daily happiness formula. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Have an enjoyable holiday season and make it stress-free.